Media trends, movie box, and volumes up.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way
under my umbrella.
Or you can slide under the umbrella of Just Before Dark and the Drop Down and acquaint yourself with new music on Veil, Sports Hub, Techville, Auto Hub, Airplay 10, and so much more. On weekends, we've still got you covered.
Under my umbrella.
The Wavy Weekend, Saturday OK Show, The Rave, The Weekend Wind Down, The Gospel Effect Show, and Sunday Underway. High Impact 102.1 FM will take you to the highest heights with the hottest hits, the juiciest information, and accurate news. With this frequency modulation, it's a whole new vibe. Your ears are perfectly safe on our airwaves.
Under my
Hello there. Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Dangote rejects NNPC offer to increase stake in refinery. Presidential fleet operations gulp 4.2 billion in 6 months. This is according to reports. And of course, in other news, we have Kwakwanso tackles Baba Ahmed over alleged demand for PRP presidential ticket. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Impact News. Morning Impact Show. This is the newspaper review segment right here on 102.1 FM. We are also live on our YouTube channel, and you can also follow us on all our social media platforms on TikTok, X, Instagram, and Facebook at High Impact 102.1 FM. My name is Toluwase Akumi. Of course, every single morning we take you through the papers one after the other just to ensure that you are up to date with what is happening around you and even outside of the country. This also means that you can be a part of the show. You can call in or send in a text message or WhatsApp message to 0907 224 5018. Again, that is 0907 224 5018. Once again, you're welcome to the newspaper review segment. And we are starting off with the Vanguard newspaper. And front page reads, APC primaries, petitions pour in as party clears Uzodima, Fubara, Ali, others. Petitions pour in as party clears Uzodima, Fubara, Ali, others. We also have a couple of riders alongside. Axe dangles on Adelabu. No governor disqualified. Alleged imposition threatens Oyo APC. And finally, we have here Ayedatiwa bows to pressure to conduct direct primaries. That is what we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Also, right here underneath, APC screening committee clears Delta speaker, 45 others, and we have this one on page 12. You can get all of these details on page 5 on the Vanguard newspaper. And so apparently 30 governors of the All Progressive Congress, APC, including Hope Uzodinma of Imo, and former security to Oyo State government, were among aspirants cleared for the primaries of the party ahead of the 2027 elections. Now, confirming the development as of yesterday, party sources had told reports that a flood of petitions is stalling release of the screening report. And as part of activities to meet the timelines of the Independent National Electoral Commission for the polls, the APC had announced that it would publish the names of cleared aspirants on May 13th. So that is something that we should be looking forward to. A whole lot is happening, and yes, by next year, definitely the elections and all of its processes will be taking place. And as always, I have been mentioning, it is very important that you get your PVC, that is your permanent voters card. If you need to get a new one or you need to renew, just ensure that you are ready to participate. And still on the Vanguard newspaper, above the nameplate, UN 6 independence probe into Nigeria, Chad air strikes. UN 6 independence probe into Nigeria, Chad air strikes. A few days ago, we've heard we heard a story about that, and it is something that one should look into. Page 46 has the details. Court jails ex-power minister Maman, 75 years, over 33.8 billion naira fraud. Court jails ex-power minister Maman, 75 years, over 33.8 billion naira fraud. The writer here says EFCC arrests Energy Commission Director General over alleged 500 billion naira money laundering. Both stories you can get on pages 7 and 6 respectively. Besides that, why I visited APC chairman, and this is from Wiki. Nigeria's oil output rises marginally short of OPEC quota. Nigeria's oil output rises marginally short of OPEC quota. We find this one on page 19. 2027, Kwakwanso tackles Baba Ahmed over alleged demand for PRP presidential ticket. The writers here say, we rejected Ubi, Kwakwanso's request for presidential ticket, and PRP chair seeking attention, says Kwankwasia movement. We have all of these details right here on page 8. As I mentioned, a whole lot is happening on the election scene for 2027, and you need to be a part of it as a citizen. Now, underneath, we have more stories. Conflicting court rulings threaten banking stability. CJ Soho warns. Conflicting court rulings threaten banking stability. CJ Soho warns. We have this one on page 12. Liha Sharibu at 23. Women's group seeks to keep her story alive. That one you find on page 14. And then lastly, Nigeria spent 6.54 trillion naira to import auto parts in 2 years. Nigeria spent 6.54 trillion naira to import auto parts in 2 years. You can find that story on page 9. I do believe that these are things that can actually be made in the country. Until we do that, of course, a whole lot is going to be spent on importing. And that is the much that we have right here on the Vanguard newspaper. And moving on to the Punch newspaper, we have here Dangote rejects NNPC offer to increase stake in refinery. Now, part of the riders underneath here say refinery supplies over 3.2 trillion naira petrol to local markets in 3 months and falling imports. US-Iran conflicts boost refinery earnings. Output climbs to 661,000 BPD. And of course, Dangote Group eyes $100 billion revenue target by 2030. Why refinery declined NNPC offer. Now, a couple of backstory to it. Apparently, the president of the Dangote Group, that's President of Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has said the group has rejected requests by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, that's NNPC, to increase its 7.25% stake in the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. Now, the president had stated this in an interview with the CEO of a Norwegian sovereign wealth fund. And this came as findings as reports show that petrol supply from the $20 billion Lekki-based refinery had rose to 3.18 billion liters in the first quarter of 2026, while imports fell sharply to 965.52 million liters. Also, there is the war between the United States and Iran and its resultant disruption of the oil sector. As we are always mentioning, that the fact that this war has started is also having an effect in the international scene, as the passage whereby all of this is coming from, which is the Strait of Hormuz, is, was being blocked. Now, according to the interview, NNPC's offer to increase its 7.25% stake in the refinery was rejected because the company is planning to go public and give other Nigerians the opportunity to own shares in the plant. Now, the NNPC acquired the 7.25% stake in the refinery for $1 billion with an option to acquire the remaining 12.75% stake by June 2024, but the national oil firm reneged on its decision. And so this is another part that is happening in the petroleum sector, and it is really important that we also pay attention to also what is happening in the international scene. We'll go on a quick break shortly. We still have lots of news still happening, and then when we're back, we'll continue.
Hello there.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Are you looking for an avenue to blast your brand? Why not let us be your detonator at High Impact Radio 102.1 FM with Got You Covered. For advert placement, sponsorship, partnership, call us on 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, 0902 745 3931, or send an email to info@highimpactstudio.com.
Welcome to High Impact Studios, the place where creativity meets production perfection. Need an outstanding audio production? We deliver professional jingles, engaging voiceovers, and attention-grabbing radio promos that stand out from the crowd.
If you're in the podcasting world, we've got the ideal recording space for you. Our studio is designed to ensure pristine sound, making it the perfect place to bring your podcast to life.
But we don't stop at audio. Looking for a space to film your next big project? High Impact Studios offers customizable spaces for movie sets and video production,
giving you everything you need to create stunning visuals.
Whatever your vision, High Impact Studios is here to make it a reality.
Let's create something amazing together.
The best music, the best people, the best talk on High Impact 102.1 FM, Watimagbo.
Hello there.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Welcome back. This is still the newspaper review segment on your urban lifestyle station. Do not forget that you can be a part of the show. All you just have to do is give us a call or send a text message or WhatsApp message. The number is 0907 224 5018. And I will take a look at the Daily Trust as Mambila project stalls. Court jails Maman 75 years for 33.8 billion naira fraud. That is what is on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. And of course, a little bit of story and details on that. We have here a federal high court in Abuja yesterday has sentenced former Minister of Power to 75 years jail term in absentia following his conviction of money laundering to the tune of 33.8 billion naira, being part of funds for the construction of 3,050 megawatts Mambila hydropower project in Taraba State. Now, this person is Saleh Maman. And so, the project power with a contract cost of 2.1 trillion naira is yet to begin over 40 years after it was initiated. It has also been delayed since 2017 after the Federal Ministry of Power got a certificate of no objection for it. And now, reports also show that Justice Omotosho, who happens to be the person who convicted Mamman had on May 7th recently joined the Taraba State governorship race under all the APC in absentia over allegations of money laundering. The judge also explained that Mamman's absence in court on Wednesday and during his conviction was a deliberate attempt to stop the will of justice. And that has been brought to the books. We have more of the details on it on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Stories underneath: EFCC arrest Energy Commission Director General over alleged 500 billion naira money laundering. That also you find on page 5. Obi Kwakwanso wanted automatic ticket in PRP. Obi Kwakwanso wanted automatic ticket in PRP. Hakim Baba Ahmed is saying this one on page 11. Otedola tightens first old coal control with 43 billion naira shares. Page 19 has that story. And then lastly, gunmen killed 2 custom officers in Kebbi. Page 26. And on the front page, we also have a success story. Barrow louds Tinubu and says concessions arraignment fostering unity. Predict landslide victory for APC in general elections. And that is the much that we have on the Guardian newspaper. And we are going straight to the Guardian newspaper, which happens to be the last dailies that we will take this morning. IMF exposes Nigeria's budgeting gaps as execution crisis deepen. I'll take that again. IMF, the International Monetary Fund, exposes Nigeria's budgeting gaps as execution crisis deepen. Now, underneath, we have a breakdown of how all of this is happening. There's the Nigerian fiscal fragility, the rising cost of budget indiscipline, and you can find a whole lot of loopholes, right? A whole lot of loopholes. You ask for a particular amount of money, execution, there are no details. Okay, you got this, where was it spent? No transparency, and we have all of that here underneath. With a pictorial representation. So there's a whole lot when it comes to fiscal anomaly of overlapping budgets, right? From 2024, 2025, 2026, running multiple national budgets simultaneously, which blurs accountability and complicates the formal reconciliation of accounts. It's just more like a balance sheet. Okay, you got this. Where did this go? What happened with this? There's a whole lot. We have transparency failures and audit failures, right? There's also the part of fiscal deficit overrun, whereby there's a frequent departure from approved plans, which leads to massive spending variances and heightened economic uncertainty. You can see here it's about 47%. There's constant misclarification when it comes to administration costs. this is what's happening in administration part. And then you also have citizen spending. Their debt service, nearly half debt servicing is projected to consume nearly half of all federal revenue in 2026. There's also a breakdown of the debt service amounting to 15.52 trillion naira. You see the budgeted debt service, and then you see the projected federal revenue, and so the gap is just a lot. Then we also have capital expenditure, a routine administrative costs, and then there is the part whereby actual citizen infrastructure is not attended to. And so all of these monies are just, they're brought together, but there's just a whole gap, and one cannot really ascertain what the money is used for. So there is a whole lot that is happening, and the IMF warning comes on the heels of rising concerns over Nigeria's persistent cycle of opaque budget administration, overlapping execution, and revenue shortfalls. Challenges that seek to undermine budgeting as a fiscal control tool. So all of that is also bent on accountability, transparency. None of that is in place. And then we also find that we are losing money. Underneath the nameplate, UN urges independent probes into deadly Nigeria-Chad airstrikes. ADC now stable after Obi Kwakwanso's exit, says Abdullahi. And cyst misconception ends as PCOS officially becomes PMOS. We give you a bit of details about that before the segment ends, but you can find more details on page 2. Wike defends visits to APC chairman and condemns politics of enmity. Federal government fixes June for nationwide digital TV switch over. Page 5 has this. And then on the other stories, underneath, court jails ex-power minister Saleh Mahman, 75 years, over 22 billion naira fraud. We saw that too in the other dailies. Aviators protest assault, demand sanction of Air Force personnel. Aviators protest assault, demand sanction of Air Force personnel. You can find this detail on page 8. On page 6, we have APC battles screening role, defections, violence fears over primaries. And also we have here a picture of Fayose rallies, Ekiti APC supporters for Uyibanji's re-election. And then we also have that story too on page 8. A whole lot is happening, and definitely we are going to give you a little bit of the stories, in as much as you can still find them on the pages that have been mentioned. We'll go on a quick break. When we're back, we'll talk about more, and of course the story concerning PCOS, which is becoming PMOS. Stay tuned.
Hello there.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Welcome to High Impact Studios, the place where creativity meets production perfection. Need an outstanding audio production? We deliver professional jingles, engaging voiceovers, and attention-grabbing radio promos that stand out from the crowd.
If you're in the podcasting world, we've got the ideal recording space for you. Our studio is designed to ensure pristine sound, making it the perfect place to bring your podcast to life.
But we don't stop at audio. Looking for a space to film your next big project? High Impact Studios offers customizable spaces for movie movie sets and video production.
Giving you everything you need to create stunning visuals.
Whatever your vision, High Impact Studios is here to make it a reality.
Let's create something amazing together.
Cups? Check. Controversial conversations? Double check. Cool people? Triple check. All right, buckle up. Let's get this show on the road.
Tired of scrolling? Wishing you could actually talk about what's trending? Then grab your favorite drink and tune into Cups and Conversations every Wednesday at 2 p.m. on High Impact Radio. We're serving up the hottest topics with a side of seriously fun vibes. From viral memes to real-life dilemmas, we're diving deep with young voices that actually matter.
I mean, picture it. Think juicy debates, hilarious stories, and maybe even a few spilled drinks. Want to join the conversation? Call us on 0704-425-2109 or 0907-224-5018 or hit us up on Instagram at High Impact Radio 1021 FM.
With banging music breaks to keep your energy pumping, it's the perfect blend of chill and chat.
Don't miss Cups and Conversations. Wednesdays at 2 p.m. It's your voice, your drinks, your show. Cups and Conversations. Listen up. It's been raining mediocre. Repetition. Boring. But this frequency modulation, 102.1 FM, has opened multiple umbrellas to shield you from it all.
Cheer.
Step under the umbrella of the Morning Impact Show and explore a world of morning information, metro stories, newspaper review, sports in a jiffy, conversations of the day, and games.
My umbrella,
Move over to the umbrella of the Hey Midday Show and get familiar with the FFO Canteen, the Game Room, social media trends, Movie Box, and Volumes Up.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way
under my umbrella,
Or you can slide under the umbrella of Just Before Dark and the Drop Down and acquaint yourself with new music on Ville, Sports Hub, Techville, Auto Hub, Airplay 10, and so much more. On weekends, we've still got you covered.
under my umbrella.
The Wavy Weekend, Saturday OK Show, The Rave, The Weekend Wind Down, The Gospel Effect Show, and Sunday Underway. High Impact 102.1 FM will take you to the highest heights with the hottest hits, the juiciest information, and accurate news. With this frequency modulation, it's a whole new vibe. Your ears are perfectly safe on our airwaves.
Under my
Secure the future.
At High Impact Studios, we serve a platter of excellent services. Want to know what we offer? Get into our world of impeccable delivery, from premium audio production, excellent voiceover artistry, to a versatile space for all kinds of photo and video shoots. Our quality event coverage and cinematography professionals will give you an excellent coverage of all your memorable events. Our OB van is available for live streaming all your outdoor productions. Enjoy the high impact effect. Contact us today on 0706-393-5694 or 0915-158-1881 or send a mail to info@high-impactstudios.com. High Impact Studios, the future.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information,
Call 0706-393-5694, 0915-958-1881, or 0902-745-3931.
follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Hello there.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
As we are gradually rounding up this segment, do not forget 0907 224 5018. If you're just tuning in, you can still get a recap. We are live on our YouTube channel at High Impact 1021 FM. Now, looking at a couple of stories from the Guardian newspaper, experts are calling for coordinated action on Nigeria's digital economy. Yes, that is what we have right here. And the Director General of the Bureau of Public Procurement, Dr. Adibowale Adedokun, has called for urgent and coordinated action on the priorities to strengthen Nigeria's digital reliance and drive inclusive growth. So he said the reliable and affordable connectivity should be extended to rural communities, schools, hospitals, and undeserved populations through infrastructure sharing, right-of-way reforms, and stronger public-private partnerships. And now, so according to him, every Nigerian child should acquire basic digital competence, while universities and professional institutions must align their curricula with emerging technologies and global standards. And as it should be, because we are in the age of digitalization, and it is important that people are able to at least be aware of some of these things. Yes, it is true that maybe not every area may be able to afford this, but this can be made possible, right? This can be made possible. For example, you have a community, there are some things that are called a general library. Before we even had internet on our phones, there was something called a cyber cafe, right? So you just have your normal phone and then you go to a cyber cafe when you want to get connected to the internet. I do remember that you have to pay for maybe an amount of time, but everyone had access, right? You were looking for something on the internet, you needed to check your email, you had access to the cyber cafe, and that can still be possible, right? That can still be possible instead of just labeling every community that, it's digital age, everyone has access to these things. No, it is not. Everyone does not have access, as huge and shocking that may sound. Of course, there is another story on the Guardian newspaper, and this one is cyst misconception ends as PCOS officially becomes PMOS. Now, there has been a major shift in women's health care, which has emerged. So there is something called PCOS, a polycystic ovarian syndrome, which has been officially renamed PMOS, which is polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome, after 14 years of global advocacy, with experts describing the development as a landmark moment expected to improve diagnosis, treatment, and long-term management of the condition. Now, the name change announced in Prague removes the long-standing emphasis on ovarian cysts and instead reflects the broader endocrine and metabolic nature of the condition, which experts say has long been misunderstood. And so with this development, proper diagnosis can be done, and then the right medication can also be given. And that is all on the Guardian newspaper. Just a couple of stories and more that you can get knowledge to if you download a copy online, or you get to buy a local one at your area from a newspaper vendor. And this is where we'll actually be closing the curtains on the newspaper review segment this particular morning. Do not forget that you can get a recap on our YouTube channel at High Impact 1021 FM. But of course, the Morning Impact Show still continues, and it is Throwback Thursday, where we get to bring you jams that are old but gold. My name is Toluwashe Akumi. Do not forget to get your PVC, that is your permanent voters card. And as always, it takes two to tango. Yes, the government has a lot to do, but also as a citizen, you also have your part to play. Very, very important. Do have yourself a lovely morning ahead, but of course, stay tuned to this frequency because we have a whole lot set aside for you. Do take care and good morning.
Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.